Hey, good afternoon, fam. Good afternoon. Hope all is well with everybody. Hope all is well with everybody. I'm actually out today taking a little nature hike, a little walk, uh, thinking, meditating, clear my mind, and get my thoughts together, right? So I kind of want to, and it's a wonderful day today. It's hot, but it's a wonderful day. A lot of people are out walking, enjoying themselves. Look at this background. It's amazing, right? So a couple of days ago, I went to go see a client of mine out in Delaware, and she's been a client now for about 5 years or so. And she calls me all the time because she always want a review of her policy and things like that, right? And a couple of things I learned from this is that I think there's a need out here to continuously educate your clients in reference to retirement planning, but more so their goals and where they're trying to go, right? And I remember we was having a conversation, and I'm trying to remember exactly how this came up, but I was telling her that she needs about 1 million to 1.5 million dollars in order for her to retire well. And she said, "Well, why do I need that? I don't think I need that much." I said, "Okay, no problem." So I went on Google, right, because she's saving some money, but she's not saving a lot, right? And I said, "Hey, do me a favor. Take out your phone. We'll take out our phones together, and we'll do the research together real quickly, right?" And while I'm over here with you guys, we're gonna do it together, right? So what I did was I said, "Hey, do me a favor. I want you um, to go on Google, right? And I want you to ask Google, how much do you need to save right now, based on your age, right, for you to be able to accumulate $1 million, right?" And it came up to about like 2,000 and some dollars a month. So let's do it together, right? How much do I need to save to have $1 million in retirement if I'm 42 years old and I want to retire at the age of 60? Let's see what Google says, right? Okay, perfect. So right here, Google say you probably need approximately $3,000 a month. It's how much you need, right? And when I share that with people, a lot of people, um, their mood change, right? Their attitude change. Some people get nervous, some people get scared, right? And the first thing they say, "Well, I don't really need $1 million in retirement." I was, "Okay, no problem. Well, let's figure that out. How much?" So I asked her, "Well, how much do you make a year?" She said $80,000 a year. "Okay, no problem." I was like, "Is your mom still alive?" She said, "Yes." "Is your grandfather still alive?" "Yes." "Your grandmother still alive?" "Yes." "Any great great grandmother alive?" "No." "Okay, how old are your grandparents?" They're 80 something years old." I was like, "Are they healthy 80 something years old, or they just, you know?" She's like, "Oh, they're pretty healthy, they're vibrant, they're walking around, they're doing everything." So which means they might be here until their 90s, right? So most likely you have longevity in your family. I said, "Well, how old was your grandparent when they died?" She literally told me, they were in Africa when they died, but they think they was like 100 years old before they died. So you're gonna be here for a while. So if you retire at 60, and let's say you live to 90, right? That's 30 years of living, right? If you only save $1 million, you can only take out roughly about $40,000 a year for that money to last you all the way till the age of 90. If you take out one penny more, you're gonna run out of money before you leave this earth. And she said, "Man, I never thought about it that way." I said, "Yeah, a lot of people don't think of it that way. This is the reason why most people run out of money in their 401ks by age 78. Most people run out of money in their 401k by age 78, and they end up having to move in with their kids, or get some kind of like government assistance, because most people don't consider this. And this is what I want to talk about when I tell people you're saving minimal amount of money because you want to live for today. So you're sacrificing your future because you want to live for today, when your future is probably more important than today. Most people can probably save $5 to $1,000 a month. Especially, I'm over here in the DMV, right? A lot of the people in this area are government workers, they're in tech, they're nurses, they're whatever. They're making great money. They're making six figures. But when you sit down with them and ask them, hey, how much you saving in your retirement? Some will say, I don't have a retirement. And some will say, oh, I'm only doing $250 a month. And you say, $250? Like, what is that supposed to do? She's like, oh, I don't know. What do you mean? Please explain. And I have to dive in and explain to them. It's not about you just saving. It's also about how much are you saving. The average person right now in America who's making 80 grand a year or more, you're gonna need to save at least $1.5 to $2 million in your retirement account. If you plan for the same amount of money to come in for you during retirement. Okay? If you're making 100 grand a year, you actually will need more than $100,000 a year coming into you when you retire. And somebody said, why would I need that? You know, my house will be paid off, blah, blah, blah. Well, that's a lie. One, we know for a fact that most people die with a mortgage. The average 78-year-old still have a mortgage. So if you retire at 60, 18 years later, you still have a mortgage, or you die with a mortgage. You leave the job now, or you retire from the job, your health insurance now is now on you. Average health insurance for a male during retirement a month is like $900 a month. Average health insurance for a woman is anywhere between $680 and $715 a month for health insurance. That's on you. You're still gonna have groceries. You're still gonna have utilities. You understand? You're still gonna have maintenance of your vehicle. You're still gonna have auto insurance. You still need dental insurance. You all these things you're gonna have free time now. So you're spending more time with the grandkids. You're gonna be spending more money. You're gonna be traveling. The average person probably needs about $9,000 to $11,000 a month coming in for retirement. But most people, they rather party today. They rather go eat out today. They rather travel today. They rather buy the Louis, the Gucci, all these nice things that they want today. And before they know it, they look up, they're close to 60. And now they're panicking. And now they're scared. This is why I love my workshops. This is why I love the workshop that I do. Because whether you like the information or not, truth is truth. I give people the information that they need to make their own decision. At least once you know, you can't say you didn't know. You understand? At the end of the day, if most people would just sacrifice just a little bit, right, to put more money away, the goals can be met. If most people will sacrifice just a little bit, the goals can be met. Do you need to travel 4 times, 5 times a year? Absolutely not. You don't. If you shrink that down to maybe 1 or 2 a year, you know, the average person spend about $10,000 to $15,000 a year on travel. Isn't that crazy? $10,000 to $15,000 a year on travel. Why? And then you get old and you can't travel. Then you get old, you can't even step out your house because you have no money. This is such a backward thinking. You understand? All you need is about maybe 2 big travel a year and maybe a couple of small little weekend getaway type of situation. You don't need to be in Dubai. You don't need to be in Jamaica. You don't need to be in the UK. You don't need to be on cruises. Like, when you tally it up, you're literally giving your wealth away during your younger years. And you can't recoup it during your older years. And this is the education I like to give to people, right? Most people are doing brunches every Sunday, happy hour, Wednesday through Friday. Take out the receipts and tally up. As a matter of fact, get with your accountant and tally up what you spent last year on brunches and happy hour and traveling. Look at the totality of the number and ask yourself, man, if I had this in at least a 4 or 5% interest on the account, what would I have right now? What would I have right now? Now, some people are going to get on here and say, well, you know, you only have one life to live. Yes, you do. You do. But you don't want to live right now and be destitute when you're old. That don't make any sense either. The average retiree, the number one thing that scares an average retiree is running out of money. Not dying. The number one thing that they found that scares an average retiree is running out of money. And most people will run out of money when they retire because they're blowing through the money during their younger years. A lot of people today make more money than people in the past. But people in the past have a habit of saving and investing. People of today have a habit of just straight spending everything. Everything. And they're going to be in for a rude awakening when it comes time for them to retire. So listen, I do this workshop once a month. If you have not subscribed to my channel, it's your first time watching me, hit the subscribe button. If you like what I'm speaking about, hit the like button. If you know somebody that needs to hear this, share with them. I have a workshop coming up August 9th. If you're interested in attending this workshop, and we're gonna be diving into retirement. That's what the workshop is about. Diving into retirement and get you started now. Not later, not tomorrow, now. Right? It's August 9th. And we're gonna walk you through that process. If you're interested, message me. I will send you out an RSVP and we'll get you on the list. Other than that, listen, if you guys need to contact me and you have any question, if you can attend the workshop, but you want to figure out how to get this started, you want more information, right? Text me at 443-208-5480. That's 443-208-5480. Or you can email me at evolve@Titan Evolution Group, evolve@Titan Evolution Group, or you can go to my site, which is TitanEvolutionGroup.com. But outside of that, I'm going to leave you with this. For things to change for you, you have to change. For things to change for you, you have to change. Have a wonderful and blessed rest of your day. Talk to you soon.